Welcome to Aze Linguistics. This channel is about all things linguistic. So let's see what we've got today. A pronoun is a word that can replace a noun phrase. First, let's look at the word pronoun. It consists of pronoun, pro and noun, because pro here is like something that can go for or replace something. So pronoun is a subcategory of proforms. So a simple example is the driver passed out. I can replace the driver, which is the noun phrase, and say he passed out. So why do I say a pronoun replaces a noun phrase and not a noun? Because here the noun is driver. So if I replace the noun with the pronoun, it would be the he passed out. And this will be grammatically unacceptable. Although it is true that sometimes the noun phrase consists only of nouns. For example, if I say John passed out, here the noun phrase doesn't include any determiner or adjective. So here it would work if I say he passed out. But we need to have a definition that would work for all, that would explain all the possible scenarios. Okay, when I said the driver passed out, what did I do? I used the pronoun he, right? So what information does he give us? It means that he here is a subject. So if I say I saw the driver, and then again I want to replace the driver with the pronoun, it would be I saw him. Here him has a different form than he. Why is he and him different? How do they differ? They differ in case. It means that it's an object here. We have different kinds of pronoun. So these are called personal pronouns, but these are nominative. It means they are used in the subject position. When they are an object, in English, whether it's a direct object or indirect object, they will get a different form, which are accusative or dative. An example, I saw her, or, so this is accusative, this is dative. But both of them can be merged as objects. So whether it's accusative or dative in English, it doesn't make a difference. But if you go to a different language like German, it does make a difference. As I told you, a pronoun can be marked for person, number, gender, case. There might be other things depending on a particular language could choose to have a specific information on its pronouns, but I'm just referring to these. But if you look at the pronoun I, you would see that although it has person and number, it doesn't have any gender, but it does have case. You could say you does have person. So it just shows a person, it's second person. We don't know if it's singular or plural. We don't know if it's subject or object. You need to figure that out. So the pronoun itself doesn't carry that information necessarily. Okay, so the plural of él or he in Spanish is ellos, which is they but masculine. So it has a gender as well, but in English the word for they doesn't. He and she, when they become plural, is they, but in Spanish she is ella and then the plural is ellas. A specific language could emphasize a particular piece of information more than the other. So a particular language, so in this case Spanish extends the concept of gender to third person plural as well. In English, gender is very limited. It's only limited to third person singular. It doesn't appear in any other person. But in Spanish and French, for example, it extends to third person plural as well. But if you go to a different language like Persian, it doesn't care about gender at all. Even in third person singular, the pronoun is u, which is he or she. So basically, some languages don't mark gender at all, like Persian. In some languages, such as Arabic, you also have dual. It means you have singular, you have plural, but plural means it doesn't include two. If it's two, you have a different number. So first of all, you shouldn't confuse these words with pronouns. These are determiners. We already discussed them, right? My, your. These are possessive determiners. And the way they work is they cannot occur on their own. For example, you can say my hand is in a cast, but you cannot say my is in a cast. In order to do that, you would need to use possessive pronouns, okay? So you can say mine is in a cast. For example, your hand is not in a cast, but mine is in a cast, right? So here, my hand, which is a noun phrase, is replaced by the pronoun mine, but it cannot be replaced by my because my is a determiner. There is a different set of pronouns which are called reflexive pronouns. So if you ever hear the word themself is third person singular because the self is singular. So them, it means his or her. Who, which, and whose are pronominal when they occur on their own. For example, you are talking about the story. What are you talking about? You see, what replaces a noun phrase. Would you rather be Superman or Batman? Which would you rather be? Here, which again replaces a noun phrase. This is my recorder. Whose is this? Whose are those? However, these words, who, which, and whose, they can modify a noun in a noun phrase. In that case, they are not pronouns, they are determiners. For example, which movie are you talking about? You can say this movie, that movie, my movie, the movie. You see, it's a determiner, which is why it can be replaced by another determiner like the. These are determiners, they're not pronouns, but these ones are pronouns. The words one another or each other are called reciprocal pronouns and function like nouns. For example, John and Mary hate each other. You can say John and Mary hate the teacher. Of course, when you say each other, it doesn't refer to the teacher, but the point is that syntactically it can be replaced by a noun phrase and it will still be grammatical. So each other is a pronoun. What kind of pronoun? Reciprocal pronoun. John and Mary hate each other. John and Mary hate one another. Again, each other or one another, reciprocal pronouns. The four classmates were fond of each other. The participants borrowed each other's notes. So you see, it can be used as a possessive like a noun phrase, or like genitive. The technical word is genitive. Thanks for your time and attention, and see you again soon.